welcome to Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse and the start of the 2025 spring schedule. Mike Formisano here calling today's game as the Pope John Lions open up their spring 2025 campaign against the Golden Hawks from Riverdale. The Lions, under second-year head coach Joe Dell, looking to advance further in this season, getting to the first round of the state tournament last year, and then losing to St. Joseph's by a score of 7-6 in the first round matchup at Pope John High School. And so Coach Delafera has retooled and reworked program and bringing in new freshmen and getting the upperclassmen ready for this new campaign. And Pope John, by the looks of it, after a good exhibition schedule, 2-2, including an almost win against Bergen Catholic, losing 6-5 in the last seconds, and then winning 14-7 on Saturday in a scrimmage against St. Joseph Montvale. Pope John looks ready for the season. So we will go over the rosters for you. We're going to just stick with Pope John's roster today. We'll go with numbers for Riverdale because it has not been posted yet on the different sites. So that will be updated as the season goes along. But I do have the roster with the new numbers for the freshmen for Pope John. And we start with number 1, and that is Andrew Sanchez. Number 2 is Magnus Bars. Number 3, Anthony Schnabel. 4 is Peyton Fox. 5, Jack Calucci. 6, Sam Canetta. 7, Travis Heller. Number 9 is Mikey Ramirez. Number 13, Justin Perella. 12 is Nick Michello. 18, Evan Wyatt. Number 8, Matthew Sledge. Number 21, Matthew Riley. 32, Nick Boyanowski. 11 is Hunter Perillo. 55, Owen Hoole. And the goalkeeper, number 52, Daniel O'Leary. And as far as the numbers being dished out to the freshmen, let's go ahead and go over the roster here for those numbers that were just added today. Number 27, Emilio Barranco. 25, John Brugna. 17, Connor Clifford. 29, Aiden D'Olivo. 10, Vic Fiore. 31, Mike Formisano. 50 is Sutton Fullwood. 22, Andrew Gallant. 51, Andrew Jessamaria. 24, Zach Cash. 30, Steve Leonard. 20, Hayden Marshall. 19, Mike Marston. 23, Brody Pillock. 28, Jacob Post. 26, Chris Sabella. And number 16 is Amir Young. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Father Michael Parisi. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team is Joe Delafera. I'm Mike Formisano. We are here live in Oradell, New Jersey. It's Riverdale High School, and it's the Golden Hawks hosting the Pope John Lions as captains meet at center field. And we are just minutes away from opening the 2025 spring campaign. Can't wait. And opening face-off will be in just a few minutes. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back for the opening face-off and first half action for you. Live from Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey. Pope John Lions Lacrosse right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube.
Everybody bring it in.
Welcome back to Oradell, New Jersey, and Riverdale High School in Oradell. Mike Formisano along with you here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube as the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse squad gets set to open up their 2025 spring campaign in earnest. 2 and 2 in the exhibition schedule, and you can wipe that slate clean as the regular season starts in just a minute. The boys in their prayer for the opening prayer for the season, and so Riverdale in their huddle discussing what is coming up. On the channel, we have all of the sports starting up soon. We did an exhibition scrimmage for the Pope John Lions softball team on Monday, and their season begins on Monday against Sparta High School. We'll be with you for that. And meanwhile, the home opener for the boys lacrosse team, that will be set for Saturday, 10 a.m. against Immaculata High School. So we'll be with you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. As far as girls lacrosse and boys baseball, I believe the baseball season starts on Monday on the road, but we will be with you for the home opener on Wednesday on April 2nd. And boys lacrosse and Sparta on Thursday, April 3rd, and we'll see where we can fit in the girls lacrosse as well. We're hoping to get to in the exhibition game tomorrow against Eastside, but that game unfortunately has been canceled. So next time we get a chance to cover girls lacrosse, and head coach Rob Zawicki, we will get out there to cover the girls lacrosse team. So lots of action here on the Pope John Lions TV on YouTube channel. And now the 2025 Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team getting set to take the field under head coach, second year, Joe Della Fera. Now, squad heading out to the field. Now we can tell you the names of the different players. As we were just sticking with numbers during the exhibition slate, you'll figure out who the centerman is, you'll figure out who the goalkeeper is, and all the other attackers, midfielders, and defensemen as well. And then you'll find out later on as we'll cover the JV squad. We'll have all the underclassmen who are on the JV team as we cover that game as well. Your goalkeeper for the Pope John Lions, number 52, senior Daniel O'Leary, as he heads to his cage. For Riverdale, number 12 is the goalkeeper today. Your centerman, as you probably figured out already, and he did such a great job in the exhibition schedule, number 9 is Mikey Ramirez. So Ramirez will take the draw. The Pope John Lions in their white jerseys with blue and gold trim, gold numbers, blue shorts, and the golden domes, the golden helmets. They're going left to right in their screen. Riverdale in their gold jerseys with black trim. They're going right to left. Here we go to open the campaign. And Ramirez wins the faceoff. And he'll take it into Riverdale territory. Here we go. Passes it into the corner. He'll try and get all the numbers accurate as well. As far as the players are concerned, number 7, Travis Heller, will pass it out to number 5, Jack Galucci. Galucci down low to Brody Pillock. Pillock, a freshman on this squad, number 23. Pass to 4, Peyton Fox. Goes around the world, number 6, Sam Canetta. Mikey Ramirez, 9. Over to Galucci, 5, Pillock. Lions just passing it around the circle right now. Ramirez pops out of his cross, but he picks it right back up. Over to Galucci. Jack Galucci on the right wing. Now comes back up top. Galucci with the pass over to Canetta. Canetta in on the left wing. That is Peyton Fox. Fox, it bounces out of his stick and out of the net, but he recovers. Back to Canetta, over to Ramirez. 12-minute quarters here in lacrosse. 4 quarters, obviously. Shot! Score! Mikey Ramirez with the first goal of the season. And the Pope John Lions take a 1-0 lead. Oh, Ramirez hits the back of the net and puts the Lions on the board. 1 minute and 15 seconds into the spring campaign, and the Lions had paid her. 1-0 on a goal by number 9, Mikey Ramirez. And now Ramirez heading back to the face-off circle. Good start for the Lions. We'll get you the midfielders and the defensemen in just a little bit. Here's the face-off. It's underneath Ramirez. The ball's still on the turf. He scoops it behind him and is able to pick it up. And again, we talked about this in the exhibition slate, how important it is to win face-offs, and you really control and dictate the play. Here's a pass back to number 5, Jack Galucci. Now over to Sam Canetta on the left wing. Canetta We'll pass it down low on the left side. Trying to pick up a number there. And number 4, Peyton Fox. Canetta over to Ramirez. Back to number 5, Gallucci. Now to Pillock. Pillock goes back to Gallucci. Ramirez. It's knocked down by Canetta. Sam Canetta looking to work his way in. The pass to Fox. Peyton Fox to Canetta. He wound up the fire, but his stick was tipped by number 40 for Riverdale. And here come the Golden Hawks. Knocked out of number 2's cross by Mikey Ramirez. Ball's on the turf. And here's number 21 for it for Riverdale. We'll have names in future games. It's just that Riverdale did not update their numbers on their roster. So I could take a guess, but it's not going to do any good. Here's number 2 for Pope John, Magnus Bars on defense. Knocks the ball loose. Goes out of bounds. Turnover on Riverdale. Pope John possession. So Muggy Bars doing the job there below. Just named the MVP of the hockey team last night at the awards dinner for the Pope John Lions ice hockey squad. And so Magnus Bars, MVP in hockey, and looking to make his magic work on lacrosse as well. Here is Ramirez on the left side. The other defenseman, number 1, Andrew Sanchez, and number 3, Anthony Schnabel for the Lions. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. Sanchez, 1, Bars, 2, Schnabel, 3. And Schnabel doing such a great job on the basketball squad this season. Looked like they were going to pull off an amazing upset against Seton Hall Prep after the first half of that game. Unfortunately, the team ran out of gas, and Seton Hall won, but the improvements made by the basketball team this season, incredible. And Schnabel leading the way as the senior on that squad. Here's the pass from Heller over to Fox. Peyton Fox on the left wing. Fox looking to work his way in on number 40. He'll pass it back. Here's number 11 for the Lions, Hunter Perillo. Perillo also a hockey player and led the team in scoring this year, as a junior. Perillo pass into Fox. Now down below. The only tough thing with the jerseys from this distance is to see the numbers are gold, so it's a little light on the jersey. It doesn't really pop out. So I'm trying to pick it up as best as possible. There is number 5. The shot. Score! Jack Gallucci into the top left portion of the net with the assist from number 7, Travis Heller. So Gallucci with the assist from Heller. And then afterwards, a personal foul on number 14 for Riverdale. So he'll go to the penalty area, and it'll be a power play for the Pope John Lions. So credit the goal to number 5, Jack Gallucci. Assist from Travis Heller with 7:37 remaining in quarter number 1. It is 2-0. Pope John leading Riverdale, As the wind picks up here, my voice starts to go. Here we go. Ramirez on the draw at center field. Goes back to the Pope John midfielder, number 5, Jack Gallucci, who just scored. So Gallucci will work his way into Riverdale territory. Now back to Brody Pillock. Pillock loses it down low in the low slot area. That's picked up by number 40. Stolen away by Heller. This shot saved by the netminder for Riverdale, number 12. The goalkeeper for the Riverdale Golden Hawks. Let's see if I have a number. I think I saw number 12. And if that's the case, I can at least give you his name. Make my life a lot easier being able to name the goalkeeper. We'll get back to it in just a second. There's Ramirez, and we have a whistle. And it's going to be against number 6, Sam Canetta. A 30-second penalty to him on a push. And so the ball will go over to Riverdale. I do have a number on number 12. It's Nick Galloway. So Galloway, the junior here on Riverdale. The only other numbers I have are 6, Gerard Palazzo, 15, Luke Zonkas, 16, Greg Norn, 26, Thomas Murray. Everything else is a name I couldn't begin to guess who they were for Riverdale. So at least we have Nick Galloway in goal for Riverdale there, number 12. Number 2 for the Golden Hawks, being worked on by number 21 for Pope John. 21 is Matthew Riley. And you also have Nick Boyanowski, number 32, out there on defense for Pope John. Riverdale looking to work their way in. Ball's knocked down. It's loose. We have a whistle. Oh, too many men penalty against Pope John. And so that'll be another 30-second penalty. So number 21, Matthew Riley, will serve for Pope John. Too many men on the field for Pope John, and Riverdale now has a 2-man advantage with 6:22 to go in the opening quarter. Lions holding a 2-0 lead here. Here's number 1 with the pass to 15. Over to number 4, now to 21. Back behind the net to 10. Over to number 1 on the left wing, being guarded by Sanchez for Pope John. Number 4 with it now. Around the world it goes, number 2. Look at the fire, and it popped out of his cross as he wound up. And so now number 3, Anthony Schnabel, just swinging away and trying to knock the ball loose. It goes behind the Pope John net. There's number 1 with it. Pass across. And it's waved off as the player for Riverdale thinks he scored. It was waved off by the referees, so do not count the goal. It'll go over to Pope John, and here comes Andrew Sanchez. Long pole, number 1, pass up to Mikey Ramirez. Ramirez on the right side. Ramirez coming in, the pass, the shot, score! Peyton Fox hits the back of the net. Assisted by Mikey Ramirez, and with 5:28 to go in quarter number 1, the Lions jump up 3-0. A crazy sequence of events there as the pass went over right on the right post to a Riverdale forward who thought he tipped it in past Daniel O'Leary. Instead, the referee waved it off, and Pope John started up the field right away. And Mikey Ramirez down the right side was able to get the pass off to Peyton Fox. And Fox scores to make it 3-0 Pope John. So goals by Ramirez, Galucci, and Fox so far for Pope John. Well, now the penalty's over, so we are back to even strength. Lions up 3-0 with 5:28 to go. And here's the face-off. Scrum for it goes back behind Ramirez, who retrieves it. He races up the left side now. Ramirez into Riverdale territory. It's knocked out of his cross by number 40. Goes out of bounds. It'll remain Pope John possession, last touched by Riverdale. So now, Peyton Fox with it behind the net. He'll pass it off to Pillock. Got a chance to see Brody play for the Junior Lions last year, and he was a phenomenal talent. Scored in every game that the Junior Lions had, and now brings his skill set to the varsity as a freshman, getting starting minutes. Here's the shot. Score! Travis Heller into the top right corner of the net. And wait a minute. Are they going to wave it off? Oh, timeout. So the goal by Heller counts. Assisted by Fox. And it is 4-0 Pope John. Timeout by Riverdale. We'll take one as well. 4:43 to go, opening quarter. The Lions have jumped out to a 4-0 lead. We'll be back to Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey, right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. Mike Formasano along with you, calling today's game on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. And if you haven't got a chance to subscribe yet, please do so. Drive up those numbers and get sponsorships and getting all kinds of audience on the channel as we continue to grow here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Lots of sports we're going to bring to you this spring. Boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse, boys baseball, girls softball, maybe even a little girls flag football here for the spring campaign. 4:43 to go here in the first quarter. The Lions lead 4-0 over Riverdale, and Ramirez wins the face-off again. So crucial for the Lions. Ball's on the turf. Riverdale trying to recover, and it goes over to Ramirez, who has a little trouble handling it, and now stolen away by number 14. Ball bounces out of his cross, too. Here's Sanchez. Sanchez up to Fox. Fox on the left wing. Peyton Fox will take it down below the goal line. Imagine an imaginary goal line going across the field. It's not really, but just take it from the crease. And as you drop down below, that's usually where at least one player goes for the Lions on every offensive push. And the reason why is because you want to be closest to the back line. If you haven't watched lacrosse before, if you're closest to the back line, you get to keep possession if the ball goes out of bounds on the back line. Backhand shot by Gallucci goes out of bounds, and Pope John will maintain as number 7, Travis Heller, was back behind, along with Fox. So Gallucci with a goal, and Mikey Ramirez, Peyton Fox, Travis Heller, Sam Canetta. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember who scored the goals, but all of them on the field right now. Number 2 for Riverdale recovers. Goes into Pope John territory. The Golden Hawks trying to scoop up the ball. It's taken away by Sanchez. Andrew Sanchez now with it. Number 1 for the Lions. Gives it back to O'Leary. Daniel O'Leary will chuck it down the field. It was so tough for me making sure not to announce O'Leary's name during the broadcast, the exhibition schedule. I want to make sure we didn't get the names out there. You're able to pick up Ramirez on the center, O'Leary in net, a few others as well. A lot of the veterans of this team that we knew from last season. But here's Pillock over to Heller. Heller with the pass below to Ramirez. Ramirez behind the net for Pope John with 2:49 to go in the first quarter. Ramirez looking to work his way in on the right post. Turns around. Now the pass off the cross of, I believe it's number 4, Peyton Fox, and it goes back to the center line. It's going to be Riverdale ball. Here come the Golden Hawks. Across the midfield stripe and into Pope John territory. Heller working on him. You have Heller down there along with Gallucci and number 8. 8 being Matthew Sledge. Bars and Sanchez on defense, along with Schnabel. Number 2 on the right wing for Riverdale. Now number 10 with it. 10 will pass back to 21. '21 being guarded by number 8 for Pope John, Matthew Sledge. That's back behind the Pope John net. Defense provided by Heller. Number 2 passes it out, tipped away. It's loose. And it comes over to Pope John. Lions fired down the field. Here's Heller over to Schnabel. The pass to Gallucci. Ball's on the turf. And a push against Pope John, and possession will go back over to Riverdale. Golden Hawks into Pope John territory. Number 2 on the left wing now with it. Galucci guarding him. Here's number 2 working his way down into the left corner. Schnabel. Now, number 10 for Riverdale. Sanchez on him. Over to 14, guarded by Ramirez. Pass errant to number 21. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Pope John possession. Here's Heller. Travis Heller into Riverdale territory. Moving to the center of the field. He'll do a 180. Turns around on the left. Now to pass in to Fox. Peyton Fox over to Brody Pillock. Back to Galucci. Jack Galucci on the right wing. Over to Pillock. Pillock with the pass. The bounce shot goes wide right and out of bounds. Shot came off the stick of number 11, Hunter Perillo. Now all the way down the field by Galloway for Riverdale. Into the cross of number 10. And that is the end of the first quarter as the buzzer sounds. Good first quarter for Pope John, scoring 4 times. And after 1 quarter, it's the Pope John Lions leading 4-0. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's first game of the regular season. And what a start it has been for the Pope John Lions. 4 goals in quarter number 1. And the Lions hold a 4-0 lead. Mikey Ramirez will take the draw as now the Lions will go right to left of your screen in their white jerseys with gold trim, Pope John and a number on the front. Number on the back, blue shorts, and the golden domes, the golden helmets for the Lions. Riverdale in their gold jerseys with black trim and black shorts with black helmets. They're going left to right. Second quarter getting underway now. 12 minutes for each quarter here, 48 minutes total. After the varsity game, we'll have the JV game for you right here at Riverdale High School, Pope John JV and Riverdale JV. And then the opening home game on Saturday, 10 a.m. against Immaculata for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. And so now, number 9, Mikey Ramirez wins another face-off. And he comes into Riverdale territory. The pass over to Sam Canetta, number 6. Down below to Pillock. Pass up to Fox. Now Galucci. Galucci, number 5 for the Lions. Jack Galucci trots over to the right side. Looking to break in. Back to the middle. The pass over to Heller. Now to Pillock. Pillock gives to Fox. Fox to Canetta. Canetta on the left wing. Canetta, number 6, looking to work his way in. Stops. Starts up again. Pass over to Galucci. Galucci over to Fox. Fox on the left post. Fox now behind the net. Peyton Fox being guarded by 40. Over to Ramirez on the left. Here's Galucci. Jack Galucci working his way in. Fires wide right. Almost hit Pillock. And it goes out of bounds. And we'll we'll see if it remains Pope John ball. I believe it is. It's on the shot. It went out of bounds. It can go out even on the sideline as long as it's shot. Doesn't have to be the back line, but it has to be a shot, and you have to be closest. Here's Canetta. Canetta left the left-handed shot. Pass to Ramirez, bounce shot, save Galloway. And it goes towards the sidelines. Recovered by Pillock. So Galloway, number 12 for Riverdale, making the save there. Here is Gallucci. Gallucci on the right wing. Pass down low. Heller with it. Travis Heller. Gives it back below to Gallucci. Jack Gallucci to Heller. Fires! Score! Travis Heller into the back of the net. And the Lions take a 5-0 lead. So 5 is most definitely alive for Pope John this afternoon. And the Lions, with 10:05 to go in the second quarter, lead 5-0. So Heller's shot finding the back of the net there, and the Lions looking to build now on a 5-0 advantage. Here's Ramirez at center field, taking the face-off, and he wins it again. So crucial, those face-offs. I'm sure I'll be talking about throughout the year, but just know how important it is to have a centerman. I never realized it until I started watching lacrosse on a regular basis. Followed hockey through most of my younger life, and you know, you win a face-off, but you lose possession, and it turns over about 200 times in a hockey game. The puck goes from one team to another. It doesn't really matter. You win a face-off, it's important, but in lacrosse, it's almost everything. Because now the Lions can set up their offense, kind of like in basketball. You set up your offense, you get ready, but it's not just one basket. You're looking for a goal, which one goal could matter. Here's Gallucci on the right. No, Canetta. Canetta goes behind the Riverdale net. Now to Fox. Peyton Fox. Over to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez, number 9. Junior Lions years ago had a player by the name of Dante Lamb, and he won face-off after face-off after face-off, and it led to a league championship, or Greater Morris County championship. Here's Ramirez, fires, score! Mikey Ramirez into the bottom left corner, and a half dozen for Pope John. 8:53 to go, second quarter. Well, the Lions have filled that Easter basket with a half dozen, and they're looking for a half dozen more. 6-0 over Riverdale. I figured the Lions could average a dozen goals a game. We should be in good shape as we approach the Easter season here in Lent. Good way to look at it, I guess. It just came off the top of my head. I don't know. 6-0. Half dozen for Pope John. 8:53 to go before the end of the first half. But the Lions off to a good start here. Well, Ramirez retreats and picks it up again, and so Pope John will set up offense. Mikey Ramirez on the left wing. And we have a stoppage. Nope. Continue to play on. Here's the ball. I thought the referee had motioned for a stop, but here's Canetta, number 6. Over to Pillock, number 23. Heller is number 7. Back to Peyton Fox. Fox, number 4, in the left corner with it. Now to pass to Hunter Perillo, number 11. Perillo in for Ramirez, who gets a well-deserved breather. Here's the pass over to Canetta, now to Gallucci. Perillo, Pillock, Heller, now to Fox. Here's Peyton Fox. Now to Canetta. Over to Fox. Fires, score! Crazy like a fox. Into the top left corner. Peyton Fox hits pay dirt. And the Lions now jump out. It's 7th heaven. 7-0. The Lions lead over Riverdale with 7:47 to go in the second quarter. Timeout, Riverdale, and we'll take time as well. Pope John off to a great start. 7-0 here over Riverdale. We'll be back on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube right after this.
Quarter, guys, quarter. Get it over here, please. Okay, why?
Welcome back to Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey. Looking at the scoreboard, it says Maddie Certosimo Field. Certo, C-E-R-T-O, Simo, S-I-M-O. Maddie Certosimo, how can I get this right? Maddie Certosimo Field, which is probably the last time I'll say it all game. Well, home of the Golden Hawks, and the Hawks hosting Pope John today, and the Lions have jumped out to a 7-0 lead. 7:47 to go in quarter number 2. The Lions making their way back out to the field, as is Riverdale. The home opener for the Pope John Lions on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. against Immaculata High School. Pope John and Immaculata at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We'll be with you here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube for that. Meanwhile, stick around after this game as the JV squad will take on Riverdale JV. Next Monday, we will be at the Pope John High School softball field as Lady Lions will begin their season against Sparta. And we have a whistle as Ramirez raced into territory. And we have a timeout on the field. Pope John. We're going into a huddle. We'll see what this is about. Oh, the clock stopped at 7:42. I'm not sure exactly why the big huddle there, the big celebration. Okay, so just going to say they have a timeout. Players are excited as it moved into Pope John's offensive side of the field. They have the ball again, leading 7-0. So a timeout on the field, and we're coming out of the timeout now. I had no reason why they were all running over celebrating so much. Almost like the game had ended, but it's obviously not over. It's second quarter, 7.5 minutes to go. And they lead 7-0, the Lions do. And so now they have the ball back on offense. Here's Peyton Fox. Over to Sam Canetta. Canetta on the left. Over to Ramirez. Now back to Gallucci. Gallucci number 5 into Pillock. Pillock with the pass. Over to Fox. Back to Canetta. Sam Canetta on the left side down below. Looking to come in on that left post. Here's Ramirez up top. Now on the right wing. Jack Gallucci, the junior for Pope John. Into Pillock, the freshman. Gallucci working his way back to the center. Over to Ramirez. Bounces out of his cross. He picks it back up. Mikey Ramirez going back into the middle of the field. Ramirez, a senior this season. Back to Gallucci. Pass back in front, and it's picked up by Galloway, and it'll be Riverdale ball. So Galloway, the goalkeeper for Riverdale, number 12. And now Riverdale racing into Pope John territory I would give him more names, and I have the full roster here, but just no numbers, like numbers for 5 players, the goalkeeper and like 4 others. So we just go with the goalkeeper's name today. That's Nick Galloway, who is a junior for Riverdale. Pass to Heller. Heller with the shot. Saved by Galloway. Now the ball's loose. Riverdale has it in front. Ball goes up in the air. It's Canetta with it. Gives it off to Hunter Perillo. Perillo, number 11 for the Lions, junior. He'll pass over to Pillock. Here comes Galucci. Fires high over the crossbar and into the netting, out of play. So now here's Fox. Fox in the right wing. Tried to tuck it in there inside the right post and nothing doing. And Nick Galloway, the goalkeeper for Riverdale, out of his net, be able to play it. So here's Galloway. Passes it off to number 8. Over his cross, out of bounds. And I believe that'll turn it over. So a mental error there on Riverdale. Pass just a little too high from the goalkeeper Galloway to number 8. And so here is Pope John back in possession. Sam Canetta with 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Lions up by 7. Heller over to Canetta. Now back to Perillo. Galucci working his way in. Jack Galucci looking for a shot. Pass to Canetta on the left. Canetta fires. Score! Sam Canetta just inside the right post. It's 8-0 Pope John over Riverdale. 4:47 to go, second quarter. 8-0 Pope John. Well, you could tell as I saw the Lions coming onto the field before warm-ups, as they came off the bus from Sparta, New Jersey, you could tell they were fired up. Chanting as they came on the field, all excited. The energy, incredible by the Pope John Lions, and it has bled into the game today where the Lions' energy still on that bench. Incredible. Head coach Joe Della Fera has his team ready. He's been preparing for this for months, probably since last May. Oh, the Lions are looking to build something here. He talks about it. Not just championship potential, but dynasty potential. And that's what the Lions' hope is on all sports, obviously, but on the lacrosse side. And Coach Della Fera is committed to making sure this is going to be a dynastic run for the Lions. To do it in year 2 and win a championship would be incredible. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Pass goes back. Heller's racing towards the midline. He recovers. Number 10 checks into the game for the Lions, Vic Fiore. Ball's loose on the turf. Scooped up by Riverdale. Back to the goalkeeper, Nick Galloway. Well, you can see the way that this team is built. There was a quote that maybe I should save it for the Sparta game. I'm not going to. I want to go ahead and say it now. And we'll say it as we continue coverage of the game. Pope John played Sparta last year in the final of the Hunterdon Orange Sussex tournament. And if you follow the lacrosse team, I'm sure you're aware of it. Riverdale has it on the right post. I think it was the goalkeeper from Sparta who said it, but I may be wrong. So I don't want to name names, and I don't want to go ahead and say exactly who it is because I don't remember. But it was in the media after the game. Sparta had won 9-4 to win the Hunterdon Orange Sussex tournament. Here's number 10 for Riverdale behind the net. And the quote was this. Yeah, Sparta and Pope John have had a rivalry for years. There's no doubt, and everybody knows this. But Sparta won. And the quote that came from Sparta was this. Go public, win championships. Yeah, and I remember sitting back. I wasn't covering the Lions last year, but I was watching the game. And I was bothered by that quote. And I don't know how anybody else thought about it, but Pope John had just laid it on the line. Here's a shot by Heller, saved by Galloway. He kicks it towards the sideline. But I'm sure head coach Joe Dell saw that quote. And I'm not sure what you're doing as a crosstown rival trying to rile up your opponent, because you're going to see these opponents year after year after year. And to say the quote that player did, kind of baffling. Sparta had a great year. They won 100 in Warren, Sussex. But I'm sure that's bulletin board material. Or maybe coach just ignores it and goes ahead and builds and doesn't worry about what other teams say. It's probably the best way to take it. Here's Fox to Perillo. Over to Ramirez. Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because you can see the dedication has been poured into this program and the way they built during the offseason and the way the team looks right now at the beginning of this season. Incredible. Here's the shot by Fox off of the face mask of Galloway, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, great save, giving up his face and his body to make that save. Galloway taking the shot right in the face mask from Fox. Now here's Ramirez up top. Ramirez fires, score! Mikey Ramirez, number 9, with goal number 9 for Pope John. Minute 23 to go in quarter number 2. And Ramirez, the second in the game, puts the Lions up 9-0. Well, anyway, as I finish that whole thought process up, I don't think Pope John needs bulletin board material. I think that the way that the administration and the athletic department and the coaching staff here for the lacrosse team is built, not just this program, but all the programs, I think is a testament to the dedication that is put in, day out, and that keeps Pope John there at the top season in and season out. And so, just never understood why you would need to go ahead and put bulletin board material out there. But it is, and I don't think Pope John needs any more motivation. So, they look terrific. Minute 10 to go, second quarter. On the left wing now. Over to number 2. Number 2 up top for Riverdale. Being guarded by Andrew Sanchez, number 1. Now on the right post. Number 10 coming in. The shot. Save O'Leary. We have a flag down. We got a 30-second push. It's going to be against Pope John. May not have been the worst penalty in the world, just for the fact you want to try and get those offensive players away from the crease. So Sanchez takes the penalty, trying to help out O'Leary there, clear the crease. And again, maybe not the worst penalty in the world. This is a 30-second penalty, but anything you can do to clear out that crease area, and that's what Sanchez was doing. But a pushing call on him, and he gets called 30 seconds. So Riverdale goes to the power play with 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's number 10 with it. Out to number 2. Number 21 now with it. Now in the left corner. Over to 10. Back to 21. The shot by 1. Save O'Leary. Wow, what a save by Daniel O'Leary. Now 15 seconds to go. O'Leary looking to pass it out. He can take his time. 10 seconds. Doesn't really have to do anything with it. It's leading 9-0. Pass to Heller. Heller up the field to Fox. Peyton Fox fires over the crossbar and out of time. So Fox just misses another goal by about a foot. Ball goes out of bounds, but there's the buzzer, and we have arrived at halftime. 9-0. Pope John leads over Riverdale, and we will take a break. The clock says 9:50 right now and counting, so we'll be back in about maybe 5 minutes, maybe 6 or 7, on a new feed here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, and we will cover second half action. We're at the half in Oradell, New Jersey. It's Pope John 9, Riverdale 0. We'll be back for second half action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube.